Welcome! Let me do that again. Welcome to the Loyal Locals podcast. My name is Jerry Jimenez. What are you doing, Drew Steck?
I've got bum in my eye.
You have bum on your eye, Mr. Drew Steck, Mr. Steve Brokaw. What's up, guys?
How you doing, Jerry? I'm with you.
Our voices, I'm surprised you have a voice.
It's like the worst way to start a podcast. My voice is all gone. It's like,
Dude, I'm with you. We went 90 hard in Orange County. We went 90 hard on Saturday, and my voice is definitely still recovering. It is definitely still recovering.
Steve told us
I know
helps with the voice, and I've had a few of these bad boys, a few Ricolas over the last few days.
I've got some tea. I've got those going on. I think I pushed them too hard, but you know what? That's what we do here at the Locals. We push.
Dude.
We push for 90 plus.
Hey, question for you. Is it Ricola or is it Ricola?
Ooh. I think I say Ricola.
Ricola. I think I say I'm saying it quick.
That's what I think. I said, give me one of them throat things. Actually, shout out to Jason. He heard me after. So after I did the San Diego We Are, we'll talk about that a little bit later. He came up and he just had something in his hand. I'm like, what is that? And then
we should talk about that later because
he handed me a Ricola. There, I said it both ways, and I was just like, oh, dude, lifesaver. It's like an angel came down from the heavens and gave me.
Well, before we move on from it, I did the one in the first half, right? I started and did the one in the first half.
Yes.
And I started the San Diego, and Carl looked at me as I said it. And he goes, "Do you need help?" And I went, yes.
It's not an easy.
Well, I went 90 hard in Orange County, and my voice was not ready.
Mine either. That's why
we're gonna.
We'll get into that.
We will.
First half, and I'll tell you guys why. We're also gonna. Okay. So here's the thing. Today, I want to spend a little bit of time. We do have two matches that we have to recap a little bit, at least a little bit. Hopefully, spend maybe just about 10 minutes on each one. And then we're going to get into what's really important, which is 619 days, 619 coming up in a few days. So, Locals Losanges. That's it, Paul. Exactly. Welcome, everybody, in on comments here on YouTube Live. I see you. I see you all. We see you. Send us questions and stuff as you're here, please. Thank you guys for interacting.
It should be a good one.
Love you. Today's going to be a fun one. But come on. Thank you to Buck09. By the way, we owe those guys some beer.
We do.
Yeah.
We do. That was an exciting day when you texted me that they started following us on Instagram. So
yeah,
I hope we can connect with them at some point. That would be pretty rad.
We've been sharing messages on Instagram with Buck09. Okay. So sick. Hopefully we can convince them to come into section 109. And,
that'd be cool.
Maybe their drummer can come play with us. That'd be awesome.
Lead us in a song.
Oh, that'd be awesome. They have so many songs that can be turned into chants.
I know.
It's crazy. So, all right, welcome in episode 40. Here we are. Who knew that we were going to actually somehow that this podcast was going to last this long? But here we are, episode 40, celebrating the big 4-0. I think that's when you start going over the hill, right? Like right at 40. I mean, none of us are 40 yet. We wouldn't know.
No.
Whoever's here.
But what is that in podcast years, right? Like dog years or 7, right?
Yeah, I don't know if that's how.
Yeah, I don't either.
I don't know how they count them. Actually, I think it's less. It's like backwards, right? So if you're like 40, you're actually more like 4. Less.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Probably true.
Let's a couple of things that I wanted to acknowledge before we get into all the club stuff and the local stuff. I want to say congratulations to the McNeely family. They are members on our. I'm not sure if they're on other social media, but they're on Facebook. And Mr. McNeely posted a picture. They welcomed a new baby into the family, a new little local. So congratulations to you guys. I think that's their third baby, first girl, if I'm not mistaken. Hopefully, I'm not wrong on this. But congratulations, regardless, to the McNeely family.
Yes,
that's cool. I did a little bit of snooping around, and the baby took some pictures in her crib at the hospital with the scarf, with the loyal scarf. So it's awesome. They're always excited to welcome new babies into the family. So
yeah,
congratulations, McNeely family.
Congratulations. Cheers. Speaking of cheers, let's get into our normal. What are we drinking, fellas? What do you got?
I was already celebrating. What am I drinking?
I know. What do you got, Jerry?
I have a Snickers red raspberry from Creative Creature.
Oh yeah.
Yum.
Yeah.
That was the
Please,
hot
Drew.
sauce on the bus. People know for that on the bus
I know.
specifically.
Really?
Like, give me the raspberry one, and then when they're out of that, it's like 109 was the
Next-
other thing, right? Everybody
Next
wanted
time,
the
more
109, but that
sours
was
for
the
sure.
thing.
More sours.
More sours, more 109. I think is what we learned a little bit. Those are the brand names everybody's looking for. I'm just having a little bit of
Yes.
whiskey, so nothing really crazy today. I'm down on my beer supply. I got to go back to Creative Creature and stock up like Jerry is. So yeah, and that's looks like my Thursday, Friday plans just wrote themselves.
I am
There you go, Steve. What are you
indulging.
drinking?
I am indulging on the last of the bus beer. Pelotero.
How did
There you
Pelotero
go.
even survive?
How did that make
was at
it?
the bottom.
I think it got
It was at
buried.
the bottom. I
Yeah.
hit it on purpose because I wanted this moment.
Wow, bro.
It's like a guy who goes into a retail store and then hides the sale item. That's what Steve did.
Yeah.
This
Just hit
is
it under the racks. Yeah.
No, it just didn't make it. We didn't make it down there. So, really, there were like 5 beers left out of everything. So.
That's true. There was very few.
it's a conspiracy. Steve just like took all the good beer. He said,
Yeah, sure.
this one all the way at the bottom.
It was all good beer. It was all good beer.
You get those two sound bites just because I don't have the wow bro in here anymore. But wow, bro.
Wow,
Hey, guess what? Today in San Diego history, I don't know if we're gonna do this ever again. It just so happened that they tagged us. The U.S. Open Cup. Actually, I think they're in an independent Twitter account, but at U.S. Open Cup, go and follow them. Today they said, today in U.S. Open Cup history, 2004, the Boulder Rapids 96 reserve team in PDL beat the San Diego Gauchos, which is Division 3, via a PK shootout 5-4 with Red Bulls legend Luis Robles in net. The shootout was taken in near darkness due to a lack of lights at Pleasant View Field in Boulder, Colorado. Get this, though. Gauchos head coach Mauricio Maruca disagreed with the decision to take the shootout due to the visibility, and after his team lost, the police had to be called after he approached the referees after the match. Guess what? Member of the Gauchos team, San Diego's team, former U.S. men's national team player Hercules Gomez.
Wow. And great reporting.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Not a fun day for San Diego necessarily, but still a cool little fact there for you guys.
Sure.
That is pretty cool. Yeah.
Very cool. And I'll bring that up because I'm very excited. San Diego Loyal may eventually get a shot at playing in the U.S. Open Cup. So this is,
There we
bringing
go.
it right back around.
In their 3rd year, maybe, hopefully.
Maybe. I do hope so, man.
We're gonna make the US Open Cup. We're gonna make it awesome because it's that's the problem is they haven't been up to our level yet, right? So they're waiting for us to get there and get to a good level, and then they're gonna bring us in. So I think that's what I'm waiting for.
Sure. They're not at our level yet. I agree.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll eventually get there and then let us in because I just
want it to be open.
I don't think it's fair. All right. So let's get into it, guys. Tie on the road against OC.
Oh yeah, so much.
Yo, check this out. Bam.
Bam.
Okay, maybe now
And-
everywhere they go, but mostly we're gonna try to get there. We were there in Orange County this
We
past
were.
Wednesday. On a Wednesday, packed the bus.
We packed a bus on a Wednesday.
Check it out. Now we
Wednesday.
get to
Early.
share this because it's been around, by the way. But everybody that was on that match with us, if you didn't get one, hit me up. I know everybody that was there. I remember your faces. But everybody got a pin with this on it. How cool is that?
Good job, Jerry.
The best.
Pretty badass design.
Yeah. So here's the cool thing too: is if you notice, and so if you haven't heard of the Old Town Trolley tours, this is their logo. We kind of messed with it a little bit. That middle window, the top of that is the San Diego Loyal crest, kind of silhouette. I guess you can say. Is that the right way to?
Yeah, it's
And
the
so
same
everybody got
curve.
that pin.
Yeah.
Special pin. You only get it if you were there and if you come to matches with us. So congratulations to everybody that was there. What a fun time, guys. Who wants to break it down? Steve, maybe you start and then Drew can get into the shenanigans that happened like later in the night.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, I've been saying for how many months now, basically years at this point. Away trips are special, and it's a different experience to be away from home, to bond with the members and your fellow supporters. And that was definitely a special day. Like Jerry said, we packed the bus on a Wednesday. That's pretty amazing to me. I was definitely ready to say, it wasn't full, but we're going to eat the money and we're going to make this happen anyways, because it was that kind of important to me and us as a supporters group that this was going to happen, because we had enough that, it was palatable. But regardless, once we kind of hit that point where we said it's final warnings, you guys got to buy the stuff, that went fast. So that filled up. Everybody met in the right spot, which is pretty rad. We only had one no-show, which wasn't really that bad in the grand scheme of things. On the way back, we didn't lose anybody, so that was a huge plus. But ultimately, God, what a fun experience, right? And this was exactly what I was anticipating. It was exactly what I was looking forward to. Kind of a chance to go on the road and get on the bus with all of our fellow supporters and walk up and down the aisles and get to know people better, right? I mean, we've had basically a year of a pandemic supporters group where we've been interacting with people just like this. We've had happy hours, we've had Together Thursdays, we've had a lot of things, but that was like a chance to really, really get to know people in a different way. So that was an awesome experience. But also, I'll say this, not just that we got to know them, but everybody else got to know each other. Because really, ultimately, we knowing our members it's important. But what's really, really important is everybody knowing each other and building this familial sense, because that's really going to grow this culture and this community that we're building, right? That's going to say, oh, well, Steve and Drew and Jerry are going to be at this watch party. I guess I'll go. But if Steve, Drew, Jerry, and 5 other people that I met on that bus are going to go to that watch party, then I'm going to go too. And then that's like a very exponential growth kind of curve that's going to really, really make this thing huge, and build this culture into exactly what we want it to be. So, it was just so much fun. We basically ran out of beer on the way up, and we didn't have that much on the way back, and I'm glad people didn't drink that much, but it was awesome. It was such a fucking cool experience to kind of have that first one under our belt, and I will remember that and cherish that for the rest of my life.
Dude, honestly, we almost ran out of beer, and if we would have ran out of beer if it wasn't for the fact that Steve hit a whole bunch at the bottom.
We would just find magical beers. Oh wait, we have more. I thought we were on. Okay. No, but it was the perfect amount. Like everything was the perfect amount, right? It was like one of those things where you're trying to get it right. We're gonna have 50 people. What's this gonna look like? We've never done this before. We've done versions of this in other groups, and we're trying to approximate it. And it's post-pandemic, and how is everybody gonna interact with each other or enjoy being on a bus together? And everyone was great, and that's the thing, is as a group dynamic, the people we had going is what makes the trip, right? And that's right. What you're, I think, alluding to is that it was just so easy with these people to go up there and come back, and kind of once I think there was a bit of nervousness, but once we got through the 109 before we even got up there, and people are like, "Where's the 109?" We're like, "Oh, we're out." I was like, "This is gonna be a good trip. People are ready to go. They're getting their beers in. They've got their agenda." This is a well-trained team, even though we've been out of practice here, and able to do this. It was really, really fun. I was a bit out of practice. We got there and about 5 minutes in, we get there, we walk up, right? We try to find the right parking lot, stuff like that, right? That are minor, little things that you remember now. And you're like, oh, that's silly, right? That was a crisis for 2 minutes. And then it wasn't. And then you get there at this weird Orange County soccer park where people are playing volleyball outside, where it feels like it could be any Wednesday, but yet our team's playing a match, and they're like, who are these people with drums walking up? And we get there, Jerry, and
the place is rad though.
But it's amazing. It's a beautiful stadium.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so let me break down the match, and then Drew, I want you to talk about what happened afterwards, because that was a really like going out, and this was one of those matches where the 2-2 against Phoenix it felt like a loss. This one felt like a tie, and a deserved tie. However, I mean, we go early up on Orange County in the 14th minute. Tumi Moshabane, by the way, what a goal on our side. They come over to celebrate. Assist by Jack Blake, of course, in the 17th, and it took them until the 50th minute when Ronald Damas scores that goal to tie it up and makes it 1-1. But after that, it was kind of like back and forth, and it was pretty even, I think, after that point. But we did win the possession, 58.3 to 41.7. We're just, our distribution is getting a lot better. We have 557 passes, which is awesome. We had a passing accuracy of 90.5, which is fantastic. And so we're looking a lot better. We had 10 shots for the day. 5 of them were on target. Again, a pretty good average. I would say 50% is pretty good. So compared to what we've been doing so far for this match, I think it was good. But as you mentioned, going into Orange County, I mean, we didn't know what to really expect from them. They were fantastic hosts, first of all, and the stadium itself is beautiful. I mean, I would love to have that. And for the attendance, we were at 2,042 was the official attendance. What was it? 50 plus of us? I would say 60 of us.
Yep.
Were part of that 2042. So I mean, that's a pretty good number that we were able to pull off, honestly, on a Wednesday. So
For sure. On a Wednesday, I was very, very impressed. And the noise we brought was top quality. We had the Locals on Tour banner that my wife and I painted, which kind of gave us that identification. Some really rad pictures from Ryan and the club. Kind of love to see that kind of stuff, right? The recognition as we go through the match and we're heading, on our podcast, we're heading back towards the bus on the way home. I will say shout out to the club. They showed us a lot of love after the match. They came over and all kind of gave us hugs and love and showed us appreciation, which was really, really cool.
Ben Spencer came up on the bus.
Yeah. If you ever want to get access to
rad.
players, not to get to them, but if you want to be able to talk to them or say hi, they're going to be way more open to away supporters like this, where you're showing the ability to go out, be there. So for the club to come out and say hi that was great, but it is so nice at this level and having these players who are just there to say, hey, we see you, we really appreciate what you're doing because it elevates what we're doing. And I think that there's just that mutual respect there that was really nice to see and beautiful. That's why we do what we do. It's you look at those pictures; those are the pictures that make me happiest for sure from the day. It's just kind of the end there where we hung out and they, wanted to lap it up with us. Unfortunately, they had media commitments and all those other things you have to go do after games. But it was kind of cool to have that moment there with them in a beautiful little stadium that wasn't too far from home, which made it a nice little trip back.
Sure.
But overall, just great time, and except for the $10 beers, which you can't get out of these days at any stadium anywhere. And it was just the worst choice as always, right? But it's Orange County. You're going to get what you're going to get. But even for that, I would copy and paste that stadium, add another 5,000 seats, and call it a day any day here, because it is a great little place to play, and look forward to going back there many times.
Dude, one thing I have to say before I forget, and before you get into the shenanigans that happen afterwards.
Yes.
Public apology to Ben Spencer, as you're talking about, if you want access to players. I think I may have hugged him a little bit too hard multiple times. By the way, I was drinking and I had my dad with me.
I think he was.
And I hugged him multiple times. I have a few pictures on my phone I don't remember with him. So I just want to publicly apologize to Ben Spencer if I hugged you too hard or, just grabbed your abs a little bit more than you probably would have liked. I apologize. But he was
checking,
awesome.
just seeing what's there,
Yeah, making sure. Because I'm just used to one ab, the one ab that I have. So,
Yes.
I feel like 10. I don't know. But anyways, honestly, it was such a fun time. And we went, oh no. And San Diego Loyo is here right now on the chat.
Let's go.
Welcome in. You didn't hear that. He's fine. He was totally cool. He came on the bus after the hugs, so he was fine. He's fine. Drew, what happened after, dude?
So Ben comes on the bus, all hell breaks. No, he came on. He was a fine gentleman. Made it whole nice. Yeah, we sang some chants. It was great to have him there, and then we peeled out. Get the hell out of Orange County. Well, go ahead, Steve. Yeah.
He kind of came on and said, "Thank you guys for coming," and I kind of screamed back to him and said, "Get the fuck back on here!" And we're gonna sing. We're gonna sing for you. Come on. So we did the Dali.
He walked all the way out there.
Awesome.
It wasn't. It's not like our bus was right next to the stadium. We were out a little bit.
No,
he had to make a point to walk to the bus.
I agreed.
So that was very It was a very nice thing for him. He had to find our bus, go to it, and then walk there. Obviously, it wasn't hard to find the bus that was there, but it was a walk, and so I really appreciated that from him again, just to be there. But we were on there. Everybody gets back on. We're fired up. Again, just getting everybody in and out of the stadium was a smooth, breezy process because we had some really competent, really nice people who then came back to the bus, very orderly, got back on the bus as a group, and we played the buddy system. No person left behind. Everybody looked after everybody. All of that was great. But then we get on the bus, and it's time to, we didn't lose. We draw. We got a point on the road. You're going to party on the way back. You're not feeling too down. You're feeling it's our first away trip. So everybody's kind of gassed up. What do we got for beer? Oh, we got some Tabula Rasa, gold award-winning beer over here. Pass those out, and everybody's, Steve and I looking at each other saying, we were supposed to order pizza as an idea before the match. We had thought of let's order pizza. That would be a great idea for everybody when they get back on the bus. And we have them deliver to the bus. We asked the bus driver how that works. He's like, just tell them to come to the lot or whatever. I thought about it. We just got in the stadium, and then 5 minutes in,
In
my
the heat of
voice
the
got
match, it
lost.
didn't- yeah.
Yeah. And I'm just spending the whole match just thinking about how to get my voice back and waving the flag most of the time. I think like 80% of the time. So like, I'm just like, man. And then I got to the bus and we're like, oh man, we should have got pizza. So we're sitting there and I go, okay, where's the nearest pizza place on our route that I can order from as we're going? And I pretty much order within like 20 minutes. And it's late, right? It's, 9:40 at this point, 9:50, almost 10 o'clock. And so what's still going to be open? So Pizza Hut, and we order a few pizzas, about 10 or so pizzas, I think, something like that.
Shout out to that guy.
Yeah, shout out to that guy. It was one dude who was like running the desk, and he's like, I've got a couple people coming back in here who are like running out and doing deliveries, but they can help me put these together. So there was like 3 people once we got there, but it was just like
Nobody was
like a
worried.
fact. Nobody was worried.
I
We
think
pulled
only
into
about
this.
half the
I
bus
think it
knew we
was,
stopped.
no, that was the hilarious part. We pulled into San Juan Capistrano just barely off the freeway. It was really nice. It was only like 2-3 minutes, and like we were stopped for a minute. Everybody was just like, "Oh, somebody has to do something." Like I don't know. They nobody knows. Maybe we have to get gas. I don't know. And so we're just sitting there, and then we were planning on doing a karaoke, and much to her credit, Floatal really wanted to lead with Bohemian Rhapsody, so we get some of that going on the bus, and it just becomes a song and dance party all of a sudden.
For the rest of the night.
And then Pizza joins back on, and yeah, we rode the songs home. It was some quite shenanigans. And as Jerry was saying, I think part of what was fun too with getting these different people and seeing them interact too and making different friends was who would sit together on the bus. So just different groups. Some people you'd expect, right? This is the usual suspects. And then some other groups where it was just really fun to see who interacted and hung out with each other. And then especially when the music came on, whose songs were whose favorite, or brought out a different side of people, for instance. So I think it was pretty fun to see a lot of that kind of interaction. And next time we'll get the microphone maybe working. I think some people were glad that the microphone didn't work because then we don't have to hear how bad people's voices are. But it didn't really matter. We had a dance party, song party anyway. Safely, obviously, in a bus. Too much dancing can be hazardous, but we kept it on wraps, kept the belts on while we danced, if you will. Yeah, there was dancing.
Oh, man. Our driver was amazing, too, so shout out to that
Daniel.
Yes.
That's a Daniel.
Daniel.
Yeah,
Everybody.
we were backseat driving a lot, and he got it. He totally gets supporters groups. He wants to drive for us again, so that's a sign of a driver who's cool.
We will definitely be requesting him on future trips because he was awesome.
He was
he was
amazing.
definitely awesome. And I will say that it was like everything I dreamed of for the first bus trip, right? The beer went smooth, everything went smooth. We had no people didn't get sick, people didn't drink too much, we didn't leave anybody behind. And those are like covering the bases, but the rest of it is just cherries on the top, right? It was so much fun. The ride back was almost more fun than the ride up because it was a draw and I think we were all wanting 3 points, but the ride home was just kind of this that just happened, right? We just did a bus trip, we sold it out, we just played away, and now we're on our way home.
We didn't ride, we floated. It honestly felt like it was a half hour.
Jerry,
I'm trying to think back in my head,
Jerry as the master DJ, just killing it with the songs, So shouts to him, and especially I know Two Balls commented earlier, especially when the
we switched
songs changed from English to Spanish. Oh boy!
Oh yeah!
Did I see a different side of
up.
Cesar Hernandez?
Shout out to Cesar Hernandez because
See.
that was quite a shift. All of a sudden, the Spanish music comes out.
That was awesome. I love that.
I cut off one song because I was like, we're almost home. I have to play this song before we get there, or we're not gonna get to finish it. And so I cut a song off, and everybody goes, "Hey!" And then I start playing El Rey with Vicente Fernandez. And if you're Mexican or have heard that song, you know what I'm talking about. And the moment that comes on, you hear oh, like all the Mexicans all of a sudden appear in the bus. And it was a beautiful moment because it was just so loud and everybody was just.
It was awesome.
And even those that were like, I've never heard this song, but this is amazing. The reaction. And I know my people. So I knew that song was going to get something out of everybody. But it was so much fun just hanging out with everybody. Again, the pizza, the beers, just the good communication. It felt like a win. At the end of the day, we took 1 point, but you know what? We go on to the next one, which was Saturday.
Yeah.
Let's move it forward because I want to spend only 10 minutes, and here we are, 20 minutes in. Galaxy, here we go. Now we get 3 points at home again.
Yeah.
Maybe one that we were kind of, I don't know. Galaxy 2's been playing very, very well.
Early goal.
But. Okay. Well, let's start. First of all, I mean, they go up on the board first, and for whatever reason, we just cannot keep a clean sheet. We just cannot. but I feel like that will change someday. I just have hope that that's
I
gonna
want my damn car washed, Jerry.
I know Soapy Joe's made a good bet here. They were like, "Oh, John Kempen's not here anymore. Yeah, we're gonna throw out all the free car
Oh
washes."
no, but Trey Muse, come on, man.
Yeah.
He is, and it's not him. It's been kind of our back line
Not
switches
him,
off.
yeah.
Sometimes you get some players in there who just get pot shots. It seems like, and they just take it. You know, they've got an open net because they're not where they're supposed to be with the ball. Is essentially how I would put it in terms of not keeping clean sheets. So it's not on him, but it is one of those things where, you know, Kempen was more experienced, and I do think there's times where he was able to put people in the right position where maybe they weren't. And it's not anything against Trey Muse. He's just younger. He's just 20, you know, in his early 20s. You don't have that game eye experience to say, I know this guy's going to do this and that. So
Yeah.
it is frustrating, but we're getting closer. We're getting closer to a clean sheet further away. Orange proved anything. They did a great job defensively most of the game. It was just seemed like there was, you know, that moment they weren't able to close down, and same thing happened early against Galaxy, and then you see work happening, and we were definitely dominating possession and doing the right things against the Galaxy in terms of getting the ball there. And the nice part was we got to see them attack on our end in the second half. We've never seen that at home before. Obviously not had too many games, but we haven't had our team attacking at our net, and didn't at Orange County either in the second half. So it was pretty fun to have that experience, even though they weren't scoring yet when we first went into that second 45, just to be like, oh, our team's coming at our net. That's kind of exciting. That's going to be fun. Let's see if we can yell at Jonathan Klinsmann and get him to drop one here or there. Jonathan! And he wasn't in the right position, is what I'll say, or no one in the world could have stopped what happened here.
Yeah.
With our goal.
Okay, so Jorge Hernandez comes in on the 61st minute. Literally the first half. If you're looking at the stats, it's like one yellow card, and that's it. Nothing else happened. We had a few opportunities for sure, and I think we were pushing, and the ball was not going in. One thing I would say is I would make some of these substitutions a little bit sooner than later. But for example, again, in the 61st minute, Galaxy comes up first, but then we wait in the 68th minute. Really, the most important substitution, Alejandro Guido comes in for Thomas Van Gaziel in the 68th, right? I said Guido.
I know.
Okay, I'm just making sure. It's not Guido, everybody. It's Guido. Okay?
Yeah.
Just want to make sure. And then in the 69th, a minute after, which I'm assuming, I think they came out at the same time, Miguel Ibarra comes out for Moshabane. Moshabane comes in. That was a big change, too. Miguel Ibarra, I think, is still kind of finding his legs with us. He'll get there. I really do.
I think he had a better game. I think he had a better game. I noticed a lot of good moments from him.
Also, shout out to Caleb Montgomery. That guy can ball.
Yeah.
And he was substituted in the 71st for Elijah Martin. Again, some fresh legs. Those three substitutions coming in almost immediately after in the 75th minute. You see an assist by Elijah Martin to Alejandro Guido. It's one of those where, golly, man, like how he megs the Galaxy 2 player, somehow gets the ball in a position.
It was a FIFA goal.
Yeah. It was absolutely a FIFA goal.
It's like that was a game this easy goal, right?
Yeah.
Golly, what a
I think Nate Miller said it was disrespectful.
He
It's just like it somewhat is to a keeper to say, I'm gonna take this shot anyway and I'm gonna fucking score. Sorry, kids.
Yeah.
Like
No,
I'm gonna take the ball and I'm gonna score right now. And like that's what it was. And it was like that's what you want your 10 to do. That's what he's on the field to do. And that shot, the second you saw it, I was like, oh no. And I was like, this is going in. He has no chance. He's a little too far off. And he knows it, and Guido knows he can muscle it around there, and that's why you maybe do hold him out to the 60th if maybe he's having a knock or he's not 100%, is because you can get that magic out of him. But you know, this is why you maybe want him to come in at half, because he did change the temperature of the game the second he came on, because he can just take these shots that nobody else has the business taking, and other players might have at other points in their careers, but he is at that prime of his career where he can just do things like this that I don't know if any of our other players. Besides maybe Ibarra, but even him is still getting his legs, as Jerry said, back, I think. So it's an impressive strike to see from an open field. It's a free kick almost strike from the open field, which was pretty impressive.
Yeah.
So here's the weird part is that we are currently we are not. Alejandro Guido is currently winning the goal of the week with 42%. It was a little bit higher earlier. It does say voting runs through Thursday, but it says Thursday, June 14th. That was yesterday. And yesterday was a Monday. So that's definitely
USL Championship, everybody.
Yeah.
USL is going to USL. So make sure
Yeah.
go to uslchampionship.com. Go vote for a fan choice goal of the week for week 8. Alejandro Guido's goal is in there. By the way, I kind of wish that both Guido and
Me
Miguel
too.
Berry's goal
Me
was
too.
in this, and we'll talk about this
Yeah.
goal next. Here it is, though. Not Miguel, Alejandro Guido wins Player of the Week and also makes Team of the Week for week 8. What a deserving title for Alejandro Guido, only being the second member of San Diego Loyal to be the Player of the Week. You guys know who the first Player of the Week was?
Rubio
killing-
Rubin after his hat trick.
Yeah, I was
he's
gonna say, yeah.
killing it. Exactly, killing it in MLS right now. So, congratulations to Alejandro Guido. Let's go ahead and vote him up to that goal of the week. I mean, just a little bit of a little bit of cherry on top there for the week for Alejandro Guido, who also got our man of
He's
the
our
match.
player of the week. So yeah, USL should recognize that as the locals player of the week 2 times running now. That should
Times
happen.
running, yeah.
Yeah,
Both very
for sure.
deserved.
So let's talk about that goal.
Exactly.
'Cause golly, another one by Alejandro
Gorgeous.
Guido. What an assist. I mean, perfectly placed ball. Well, maybe he could have placed it a little bit better. I mean, he did make Miguel Berry headed in.
He had to. He did the extendo neck where it was a little bit go gadget. There, yeah.
It was exactly where it should have been, and Barry did exactly what he should have done to score the exact goal that should have been scored.
exactly.
Okay,
How about that, guys?
exactly.
But that
But it
was
was beautiful.
It was,
Yeah, I mean, somebody said before, I love the cross to Barry even more. I would agree. I think that second goal was.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, the first goal was like a moment of brilliance, but the second goal was the stuff you see from the superstars, right? This is stuff you
Yeah.
see that they keep it in bounds, right? He had a really nice touch to keep that in bounds. He dribbled up the sideline, or just a pinpoint cross, probably 30 yards away.
Yeah.
Right, exactly where it should have been to me. Yeah, you can say play it to feet, you can do that, but you got to play that ball in, and you got to find the feet, you got to find the player, and he did. It was amazing. It's just an absolutely incredible goal. And somebody said before, this should show Landon to do subs earlier. I almost disagree. Right? You want to put the player. You should know your players and know if Guido's good for 25 minutes, I'm going to sub him on at 65 minutes. Or if he's good for 22 minutes or 20 minutes, sub him on when he's ready. Right? Don't sub him on before that, or don't push him, because what if you tried that, and he wasn't the same. Right? What if his mind frame was, oh, he's putting me on for 35 minutes, but I don't think I got 35 minutes on me, and then he's going to try to hold back, right? So you really got to know your players and play it really careful. So it's obviously hindsight, right? It's easy to say in hindsight. If that didn't work out, we could easily be sitting here going, God, you got to get Guido on earlier. You got to get more minutes. Maybe if he was on in the 55th minute, and he had 10 more minutes under his belt, he could have done something special. But I don't know. I just feel like there's a chance here to let him rest, right? We play again this weekend. We play Friday. We play Tuesday. So there's a lot of games coming up real fast. And I think getting a very healthy Guido is very important. So
Very important.
there's a lot there holding back with a packed schedule.
And Galaxy plays dirty too. They hack
Sure.
a
Good point.
lot. They're a very dirty team in terms of the way it was constantly foul city, even though there was only a yellow card. So it is one of those games where maybe you just don't want him pulling something extra, right? So it is situational. Maybe if you're playing against Orange County, who's a little cleaner, you can throw him out there, right? And that's the difference too, is knowing situationally where the player is at. And I think, again, they nailed it the last few weeks, didn't nail it the first few weeks. So coaching's trending up, everything's trending up when you're winning. And overall, we haven't lost a game, right, since our Phoenix match, which we'll talk about in a little bit. But that's a great feeling, right? Like that feels like, hey, we figured out what the early season problems were on the road. We came home, we got our mojo right with our fans. I think the frustration with Guido is just that he's our number 10 and we want to see him on the field more. I think that's more of just the fan frustration.
And he's so good.
I agree
Yeah.
with you. And he's so good, right? When he does stuff like this, it's like, well, then he should be
Right.
on the field more,
But
right?
there's still that
But it is-
injury, right?
No, and,
Yeah.
and they do this with, I'll point towards Spurs just because it's a reference point, but Kane has had this issue and England's going to be smarter with him in the Euros. And watch this. Kane will play for less minutes than he does with Spurs. He'll play for 60, maybe 30 minutes in games, and he'll be much more effective. It's because he was so knackered through the last season that they just couldn't keep up. And it is, even a world-class player who's at the top of their game, who's one of the best players in the world, you'll see it if they're not carrying it or if they're carrying too much. Right, that they can't sustain that. It just will break anyone down. So you want to, over a longer season, like a baseball season, if we think of it that way, you just want to make sure he's getting his reps in. He's looking good. and staying not as injured or getting less injured. And so that seems to be the direction we're going, and I'm happy with that. But it was just a hell of a ball, man. That and then, as I said on Twitter, and then Loyal parroted me, which I felt like was a victory for. I was like, yes, Chula Vista to Poway. I was like, let's go, San Diego. Was pretty cool with that last goal. It wasn't just Guido to bury two of our favorite players. They're also San Diegans, and I think that's what felt extra special to me in the moment. Was wow, these guys wearing the shirt knows what it means, and then knows what this moment means to all of us, and you could tell that too in the way they celebrated. So,
and how about
pretty cool.
How about that first goal in front of the supporter section, right?
Yeah.
That was the first time we really had that chance for them to come right over to us and celebrate with us.
That's why I almost didn't believe it. It was
what a moment, yeah. What a moment, what a couple moments, right? Because it was obviously to tie the game, that was important. Plus, Guido's goal was amazing, and then the winning goal to take the lead, and was it the 85th minute, something like that? Just unbelievable. So.
Yeah,
They
84.
love the late drama here at home.
I was holding my son during that second goal, and it was just an incredible kind of experience.
Yeah, and I can't let this pass, but we have to also give a shout out to Muse. He did make it on the team of the week.
Yes,
bench, but he made it.
He was
very
deserved.
deserving.
Yeah, when we put our man of the match voting on the Discord at 75 minutes, even right after Guido scored, we got a lot of votes for Muse.
Yeah.
Because he was incredible. There were a couple saves in there that were just like almost world-class saves. So huge shouts to him. If Guido didn't just boss the game in the late, the last 10, 15 minutes, that man of the match would have gone to Muse. And I know he's recently 21, so I probably would have appreciated the free beer.
Yeah, right. Yeah, here's a world-class beer.
You guys see the interview after with him, with Darren and Jordan?
Yeah.
That was awesome too. He's like, yeah,
That was.
like, who would you give this beer to? He's like, oh, it would have to go to Corey. He likes the beer. Like, not a beer. He's like, oh, you can never have too much. He's like, yes.
Yeah, that's right.
You know what's funny, Drew? You brought up the whole, Galaxy 2 fouling, and I agree with you. They only got 2 yellows. So Ricardo Ferro, if you're listening right now, Mr. Referee, he actually follows a few of us on social media. He's a San Diegan. So maybe he was just trying to not be like one-sided, which I appreciate, but also, come on, dude. They got 2 yellows. We had 5 on the day. Muse got a yellow for time wasting. A little deserving on that one. Blake Adams, Herzog, and Stoneman all got yellows. Stoney comes in and gets a yellow. Wow, what a surprise. But there you go. So great match overall. Obviously, we take the 3 points. It was a fantastic match. The locals brought it. Let me tell you, if you weren't
Wait,
there.
Stoneman came on and got a yellow within 5 minutes too, by the way, which I think is like classic Grant Stoneman. 3 minutes, yes, it was classic Grant Stoneman. Like, I just saw that and I was like, wow, like actually, the man is,
the man is like ridiculous. So, but like Ricardo Fierro,
he's always
like, who's coming on? What number is he?
Number 5.
Was that number 5? As he's walking in after the substitution, he's like, yellow card. I don't know what you're gonna do, but I'm just gonna give it to you right now. So that's how it went down.
Just a preemptive yellow card. Yeah.
But what a game overall. And guess what, guys? We get to do it all over again on Saturday. Just a few short days from today, the day of recording. Golly, you guys ready or what?
We're ready, yeah. A few more things from that match. Move the drums up. I think that experience went really well. Yes. I was quite happy with how that worked. I saw many more people in the top half of the section and more engaged than they were before. So I think that was a good decision, and I think we'll continue doing that.
If you're in the top section and you're just standing, please don't. I mean, I'm glad you're not sitting, but
I'm gonna go next. I'm gonna go next step. Don't. I'm not gonna say please. Don't do that. We expect better of you.
Read the big old sign that's right before you enter and go down the steps. Read what that says, please. It kind of prepares you for what you should expect from us. So if you hear us yelling at you because you're just standing there, just understand that we're coming from a place of love and also from a place of expectation. We expect you to be standing, singing, yelling, losing your voice along with the rest of us. So please make sure that if you're in the back of that section, you're joining us. I mean, there's a reason why you're getting a little bit less expensive tickets and you're a part of the locals. There's expectations. So please make sure that you're there. If there's a problem with that, not a problem with us. Just don't be in that section. of, let somebody know that you don't want to be there because you don't want to sing, and that's okay with us. Just don't. I mean, if you're gonna be there, please join us.
I
Be a
agree.
part of it. Add to the atmosphere. As you can see already, we're doing a lot in adding to the atmosphere. So please join us.
We
one
put
thing- go
we
ahead.
we put countless hours into this every week. The least we can ask of you is 90 plus minutes of your voice. So please don't take that for granted. Don't take the work we're doing for granted, because it's hard to see people come and just like passively stand there. Because I will tell you that I wake up early to work on this stuff. I work all day and then I work on this stuff at night. I know Jerry, you do too. I know Drew, you do too. I know all of Locals leadership does. It's really important that we get everybody on the same page. And I know it's hard to learn the songs. But we're gonna have some more printouts this week. They're on our website, so there are resources to learn them. We just ask that you actively try to learn the songs and be a part of this. So that's my ask.
Hey, real quick,
Yeah.
they did announce finally we get the Cholos de Tijuana versus San Diego
Let's
Loyal
go.
Red coming up July
Yeah.
10th, Saturday, July 10th.
Long
So-
anticipated. Everybody thought last year we might get this. We didn't get it, right? So
Yeah.
Yeah.
And here's the thing too, if you are a season ticket member, guess what? The tickets are already in your app. You get to go. All right. And if you can't make it, please make sure you give those out. I'm not gonna be there, unfortunately, guys. I'll let you know right now. I wish I was gonna be there. But I have a pre-plan. I know, huh? Hold on. I'll do that to myself. I have a pre-planned vacation with my family. I'm gonna be in Sedona. I will be following along. I love you all, but I will not be at the Trolls match. So I am looking for somebody to give my tickets to. I think I may have found somebody. I'm waiting for them to tell me that they can be there. If not, I'll let you all know in Discord, and I may give those out for somebody. But
Here you
yeah,
Corbin, good question. I don't know yet. Do you know, Jerry, if it's gonna be streamed?
ooh, great question. I have no idea.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't either.
Because it would probably
I
be on
imagine
local
it will be.
television here, but the question is, will it have streaming rights somewhere? Is
yeah.
the question. We'll find out. 'Cause
Good
Fox
question.
5 will carry it. They carry the Cholos and they carry Loyal, so that makes it an easy crossover for them, obviously. But for ESPN Plus, it's probably not going to be on there unless they decide to pick it up. So we'll see. It's just kind of a question of where that goes, or do they throw it at YouTube or a paid stream, or something like that. We'll see. But yeah, it would be nice if it is. It better be. Yeah, it better be, but it's a friendly, man. I'm just going to say it's a friendly. It's a friendly too. Friendlies are sometimes not as televised as you think because they're friendlies. But this
Hey,
is a big
so-
deal for us in San Diego. So I'd love it for it to be for all San Diegans who also can't be here too.
Yeah. So what is the Cholos SG called? They're called La Masacre, actually.
La Masacre.
La
he-
Masacre.
Afmir just said that a little bit higher. He said, "Ya viene la masacre." Yeah, those guys are hardcore, man. So make sure that you're prepared for some craziness because they're loud.
It's
All
gonna
right?
be it's gonna be fun.
Oh, look
I'll
at
say that.
this. This is the advantage of having the club here with us.
Yes.
As of now, it will not be streamed.
Boom.
It will only be on Azteca America 33.
America. There you go.
So
Not
it's not
Fox.
streamed,
Okay.
but it's gonna
Fantastic.
be on TV. So as of now.
Corbin, you can call your guy at Fox 5. You can try and make your case there and see how that goes. But yeah, it's when it comes down to this match, I'm just really excited again to have these two teams that we've seen come up in our lifetimes in these different, in these markets that represent us to say, one on that side of the border, one on this side, and to kind of have this happening here and mirror what's happened down there where they went from lower divisions to really making a name for themselves in one of the upper clubs in the country. We would love to have that same sort of trajectory, I think, here in some ways, and then do it all our own way as well with Loyal when it comes to the San Diego side. So it's going to be really fun to see these two clubs go at it for years, and I'm just really thrilled to, once they're on the field, we'll feel like a dream, like something that we've thought of for years, or you could see in your head, but we'll just be pretty cool, and I'll be really excited to go down there actually and go to a game at some point if we can ever pull that off. But this will just be a big stake in the ground,
cool.
I think, for this whole summer to also say, hey, this is something we couldn't have done last year, July 10th at all. It wasn't even
Yeah, and so, like-
thinkable, and so it's cool.
And
Yeah.
one thing that I know that the club tried to pull this off a couple times last year, or maybe at least once last year. It was maybe planned, but maybe not. And I will say that I'm super happy that this is happening with fans. We were all kind of disappointed that 1904 happened, where we couldn't be there. But this is one that if this happened without fans there, this would feel like a total disgrace. So I'm really, really happy. Although I know it probably maybe could have happened last year. I'm super happy that it's happening right now. When we can all be there. I'm sorry, Jerry, not you, but we can all be there to kind of experience this as a cross-border community.
Exactly.
Yeah. So a few things that we have to go through really fast because we're running out of time. And again, we have just a lot to talk about, but we have to get to 619 match. So where will they sit? GFM is talking about the La Masacre. All visiting supporters, and this is something that we have already complained about, okay? And the club is here right now. And I'm going to get to your other question. Why is the club monitoring our group? I'll get to that in a second. So where will the visiting supporters sit? All visiting supporters are in 111A, which is technically 3 sections away from us and in our side. And apparently they just cannot put anybody else or put them anywhere else. I don't know why. I've tried, and I guess the price point is too high. There's a bunch of excuses, but they're gonna sit there, and they're just apparently gonna get more security. I do worry with Phoenix. I do worry with La Masacre. So everybody, and we're gonna get to this at the end of, why we want to talk about 619 so much. We have to be on our best behavior. I'll talk a little bit about that in just a second. Okay. Another thing was no one should be sitting in 109. Period. I agree with that. Johnny, you're saying enforce it. We'll get there. I think people have to have that expectation.
I haven't seen sitting.
I feel like everybody's standing, but there's a lot of hands folded or not chanting with us. We will get to the point where we will start enforcing that sort of thing. We just don't want to make anybody feel unwelcome at this point. But we will get to the point where
very young.
There's going to be those expectations. And because this is only our second match at home this season, only our fourth ever. I mean, really, it's a little bit tough to enforce that, but we will get there. Where did it go? Whoa, why is the club monitoring our group? They're not monitoring our group. I'll tell you that they have told us before, hey, we're gonna hang out and listen, because they want to make sure that if there's any questions about, especially for the 619, that they can answer for us. So that's why they're here.
Yeah.
And because they care.
We broadcast live for everybody.
Yeah, this is
somebody they can watch. They can be here. Yeah.
They're not necessarily monitoring our group. I don't want you to look at it that way. But the club very much obviously wants to make sure that we have all the information that we need. And that is why. If there's an issue, please directly message one of us. We will make sure that we address it if there is any problems. But I mean, at this point, because we're such a young supporters group as well, we want to make sure that we have all of our ducks in a row and that we have all the information for you guys. And I'm hoping that you guys appreciate that as well.
There's often questions that are asked here that we don't know, and we say, "Oh, well, we need to ask the club." So if they're here, they can answer. It's just like the streaming question earlier. That's it. It's perfect, right? There's nothing wrong.
No, and on the section thing too.
They enjoy it.
Oh, they enjoy it. And the beer is good. Thank you, Loyal. Yes.
Oh yeah.
And on the section, yeah, I was gonna say the section thing too, Jerry. Like, there's places we could put them. Like, if you put them other places, they're gonna be more visible on TV. That's the other part of the problem too. If you put them over by where the stone gargoyle is, you'll see them there, and you can put them the other side too. So it is one of those questions, guys. If you're like, where do you want to put the other supporters? Part of that is putting them, very visibly at a home match, right? So it is part of that consideration. That's also why they're in that corner, I believe, is because it's the one that's hardest to see from TV cameras with general attendance as a thing where everywhere else seated specifically, I think that's not bleachers. So that was their reasoning. But again, I would, as fans, if you feel uncomfortable, you feel like something's going on, make sure to express that to them, because they only know how to listen. They don't know what you're thinking sometimes. So it is good as we go through these experiences with other fan groups to let them know this did work, this didn't work, right? And hopefully this does work, but we have to be extra courteous and be good hosts, but also kick their ass. So that's the hope, is that they walk out of there very sad and very dejected, but we have done everything right and given them all the smiles necessary while they're here, or, direct them back to their banthas to go back single file to the desert as ordered. But I'm very excited for this, Jerry. This Saturday, it's going to be. This is the first game we've had 100% people, man. Like, that's like. We helped bring the atmosphere the last few games, right? Being the more full section in a stadium that was mostly spaced out, mostly empty. Even in Orange County, we brought the most noise. Shout out Orange County. But this is where the city comes together, and we start, as you said, building that expectation, building that culture within our section to different people who, even within this, since there's 100% capacity, even have people in the stadium who are going to look at us in the first half and say, I want to be over there. I want to be part of that. I want to learn the songs. I want to go hang out. And so it's going to be more of that chance to kind of get that vibe and even get more of it within the stadium itself and be able to play with other sections almost and get them involved to kind of understand what we do in our section, why it's so special. So I'm very excited to see that because it brings so much more energy when it's everybody, not just us, because we can kind of, be that heartbeat,
like the aura,
and then the rest of the system. Yeah. The rest of the system works. Right. Yeah. Sorry,
it's like the aura. It's like the smoke around the fire, right? It's massive. It matters.
Okay.
Yes.
So let's get into it. I think we've only had Vegas visit. That's correct. Vegas has visited. They had a good group. They had a drum and a flag as well. Phoenix definitely will. Here it is. We're about 50 minutes into this podcast right now, almost 50 minutes. Let's start talking about what to expect on 6/19 day, because this is really, really important. And if we haven't lost you by now, please listen up, because this is super duper important that we make sure that you guys understand all these things we're about to talk about. And I'm going to be reposting this podcast more than I normally would on social media because I want people to listen to this part specifically. Okay. 6/19, this Saturday. It's going to be a party. We're back to 100% capacity, everybody. What does that mean? Bum's Barking Lot is back. That's right. We are going to have a pre-game tailgate. Okay. Bum's Barking Lot. And I do it in quotations because it's not a proper tailgate.
Correct.
But it's a party. It's going to be a party. Only first 200 people are going to be allowed this time because of still some restrictions. We still have to make sure that everybody is safe. Even if you're tested, you're not going to be asked, but please be safe. Please be smart and bring your masks. Only the first 200 people are allowed in. Doors at 4:30 p.m., Steve.
Yes. So I would say while California is open as of quote unquote open as of today, USD is a private university and they can impose whatever restrictions they desire. And they've imposed this restriction on us. So 200 people in that space is it. And I want to be very clear. Like Jerry said, we want to repost this and get this out in as many forms as possible because I don't want to be the guy at the door telling people they can't come in. I want to have fun too. So 200 people, that's it. Get there early. If you get there early, you're going to get your beers in, you're going to get some food in, you're going to have a better time anyways. Last year when we did have our one barking lot, we had too many people show up. Barkyard, yeah. We had too many people show up, too close to the end and expected they were going to get a beer and expected this was going to be some big thing. And all of a sudden the lines were long and it was time to go. So get there early. This isn't a show up at 6:15 and I can have a couple beers and then get in the stadium kind of thing. That's not how this is going to be. Get there early. Get there by 5 and expect to have a good night.
So just 90 minutes is usually what you can expect for doors to open for everybody. Like if you're not going to come to Bum's Parking Lot, which is our pre-party, that's fine. You don't have to. However, expect that doors are going to open 90 minutes before match time. So 7:30, you can expect them to open at 6 o'clock is what I'm saying. For this one, 4:30 p.m. is when Bum's Parking Lot is going to open. So a little bit earlier, you get to come hang out. There's going to be some food by Belinda's food truck's going to be there just as last time. And there's going to be some beer available there as well. We're trying to work on the cost because it sounds like stadium cost is coming, but we're not sure yet. Okay, so
we try to work on that really hard.
Expect some, you can technically only buy 3 beers at USD. That's the thing. So make sure that you're prepared for that. Again, 4:30 p.m. Expect to march in beginning at around 6:30, 6:40, right around then. So 2 hours.
6:30.
So try to be there. I would say be there at 4:30 is what I would try to do so that you are comfortably there. You find a parking spot and that you can enjoy yourself, have some food, have some beer. Come look at new merch, maybe, Steve. We're talking about
merch.
that.
New merch.
Our little merch tent. We'll have our little merch tent. Buy some merch.
Yeah, we want to go there. We want to go there now. Let's go.
Wait, what is this? Not beer. I see a note here that says not beer. What is that about? I thought they were gonna have some beer at our
they said Belinda's for food and beer, but Belinda's doesn't have beer.
Oh no! But
I think that's what it means.
And beer somewhere
Thank
else.
you, Drew.
Not
Thank
on
you. I was
Bumps.
confused
Yes,
myself.
beer.
No,
I get what happened in the rundown. We're all debating over a document no one can see. That's the best part
Yes.
about this. So yeah, we do want you the other reminders before we get to the cherry on top here about merch. For anybody still listening, we love you and we want to give you that as soon as possible here to kind of round us out here. But do wear masks. That is something that USD is still requiring as well. We think, and so it's another thing that we want to make sure is a thing that for us as a group to respect what's going on. USD again is doing this not just for us, but probably for their students as well. And so they're just trying to make sure they enforce their policies across the board the way that they want to see it forward, even past June 15th. So it is what it is, but we're going to continue as a group to respect, especially any establishment that's willing to have us and has our group and be there. So just again, be respectful of people, even though the guidance and the state and everything else might say something. We've all dealt with this now for a while. I think we're all up for it. Just be respectful, be the best kind of people we can. And again, I have very big faith in this group for doing that because we've been amazing at it so far. So
Yes.
any other fun points of order, and then we can get to the fun stuff.
No brown and yellow local kit, AFMIR. We're not doing that yet. But
It's a fun mock-up.
you have some.
It was a
we
cool
do have
mock-up.
some,
That's why you got to join the
Well,
Discord.
yeah, Johnny.
Check it out.
Corbin.
Johnny, kids are allowed. Yes, it's not 21 plus. Kids are allowed. Yes,
Yeah, kids are allowed.
Um,
Families all allowed.
definitely.
Behave at grandma's
Yeah, we
house.
had games last time. We might not this time, but we do want to in the future kind of have that more of that stuff when we have a fuller capacity. We're probably not going to do it with 200 people, but once we get back to having a bigger capacity, we might be able to throw out some games. But it does get pretty packed in there too. So
Yeah, going to
just know
continue
that, but it's
field a few more live questions here. Shuttle buses and parking situations. I would say refer to the club's FAQs and their email communications. We have no responsibility on parking. I would just defer that all to the club. It has been confusing with, the first two matches being, limited capacity. You can park in different places. Now we're going to full capacity, just parking go back to where it was last year. Just please stay in tune with what the club is saying. We have set up and tear down stuff, so we park in a little bit of a different place. So not to say that
doesn't apply to you guys, unfortunately.
right. I would say just please listen to what the club is saying on parking. That is very far out of our jurisdiction. So that's obviously important parking wise, but get yourself to Bum's parking lot as early as possible. What I do know is that the shuttles.
Yeah,
sure.
Yes.
What I do know is shuttles are running by 4:30. I do know that. So that's the one tidbit I do know.
So you can expect to park a little bit far away, take the shuttle. I would say premium parking, I would expect it to be just like the first couple of matches that we had where it was full capacity. And premium parking is basically comes for those that have the higher paid tickets, I think is you get to park there. So just expect that. Okay, there you go. Parking and shuttle.
Thank
this
you,
is why
Loyal.
they're here.
Thank you.
There you
This
go.
is
Loyal
why
SC.
you're here. Communicated by Friday, so you'll know what to expect. So make sure you keep your eyes and ears and social media open. All right,
Please.
so new merch.
Keep your social medias peeled. I don't know how you do
Yeah,
that.
so-
Social media.
Wait! Before I forget, there's a giveaway. The first 3,000 people get a rally towel this match.
Also a reason to get in early.
However, if you're at Bones parking lot, you will get a rally towel because they will be present there in Bums parking lot for you to just go and pick up. So
Yes.
if you're there early, you automatically get one of the first 3,000 rally towels. So make sure that you're there. Just another little, incentive to make sure you show up early.
Before we completely close out the parking lot talk, I would say we will plan on doing a newsletter, email, and have an events page or something of the manner, in order to communicate all the details. Right, no re-entries, full stadium policy, all that stuff, all the fine print, like when the gates close, how the march is going to work, all that kind of stuff. All those details will be available to all of you guys listening and all of our members in an email, on the website, that kind of stuff. For you to reference, not just on your ears or if you're watching right now. So stay tuned for that. That's kind of the more official communication channel than this is, but this is also important, obviously.
I would say expect it by Thursday night, Friday morning at the latest. That's when you guys are going to get that email.
Yep.
We'll make sure that you have all the information. We'll make sure it's probably going to be overwhelming, so just be prepared because there's just a lot
It'll
of
be a big email, yeah.
I'll make sure that we keep it simple and do the whole KISS thing, keep it simple, stupid, and make sure that everybody gets all the information that they need by late Thursday, early Friday. Sound good?
Yeah.
Everybody?
So Thursday, you go to Creative Creature, you pick yourself up some 109. Then you get that email Thursday night, Friday.
Yeah.
You crack one of those, you pour it, and then by the time you're done drinking it, you have read the email. There you go. So it is what it is. But shout out Jason, our director of operations. He does an
Yes.
incredible job with details. He's a very
thorough.
detail oriented person. So he
Yeah.
will make sure we have these details by
Unknowingly
Thursday.
so.
For sure. So
problem.
him and I have definitely powwowed on that, and so yeah, Thursday is definitely the day, and we'll have those, and as Jerry said, out to you by late Thursday or Friday morning. So appreciate you guys always being there for these kind of details and just kind of adapting as we go with these first few games where it was a little bit more open with parking, and now as Steve said, it's going to be a little bit more different. So just keep your eyes there, because I do know for some people who have showed up to the stadium, it's really impacted their experience. They thought they were going to be there 45 minutes early. They're walking in just as the game starts. Things like that, right? That just happen because you're not used to what you're doing. So just word to the wise.
Plan ahead. Yeah.
You know, plan ahead and never can be too early. That's what we're saying. You can't, you almost can't be too early this Saturday unless you're there maybe 6 hours. That's going to be a little bit too early. But
If
other
you're
than
too-
that, I
if
think
you're
you go to
too
Coronado.
early,
Yeah.
If you feel like you're too early, come up to me, find me, and I'll buy you a beer. How about that?
There you go. That's a guarantee, and I like that. I like that. So any tour, Steve will be a beer, and maybe I'll get your second. But it's good to have this kind of energy, because it's just going to be fun to
For sure.
have this kind of pack in, and as you said, there's going to be, for the first time in a year and a few months, the ability to walk up to a thing and buy yourself a locals scarf, maybe a t-shirt, maybe a silly pint, which we talked about a few podcasts ago and are live on our website, but you can only get them in person as pickup. So those are another thing you could buy there in person, walk away with, even drink in the stadium with, because they're silicone. So it's great. The security might look at you funny, like, why'd you pour your beer into a pint? But hey, why not? So you got that. And then we have some new stuff. Do we have new stuff?
We got some new stuff. So shouts to
Wow.
another massive shouts to director of merch, Eileen. Yeah, we see you at 4:30. I'll see you at like 2.
We'll see you, bro.
Right.
I know what we're talking about.
I'm not Ricardo by 7 a.m. That ain't me. But yeah, we do have new merch. We have new merch. Shouts to Eileen. Everybody knows this 619 Day is a big deal here in San Diego. It's the original area code here, but it is also Juneteenth, and that is a massive deal in the Black community, Black Lives Matter, everything like that. It's kind of marks the final emancipation of slavery in America. So we are doing our Black Lives Matter kit, which I'm sure you guys have seen, all of our listeners and viewers here. We're doing that on a t-shirt. That is one thing that we're doing, and that will be available. It is actually available now on the website for pre-sale. If you guys want to go on the website and buy that, that's available. The pre-sale pickup line will be shorter. We'll do like a separate line for that, just for confirmation, because payment's already taken care of. I don't know, Jerry, whoever has access to the locals account can post that in the links here. But yeah, that's available. That's an awesome thing we're doing. Majority of the proceeds of that is also going to go to charity. Part of our philanthropic endeavors here have always been to give back to the community. So we're giving a majority of that to the Blue Heart Foundation here in San Diego. They focus on young African-American underserved community and underserved youth. So please just know that if you're buying that t-shirt, number one, wear it on Saturday. I know the club is wearing their black kits. I will be wearing one of those t-shirts. I hope that people wear black in solidarity for what Juneteenth represents, and those will be available. So that's one thing. The second one, the second shirt that's available is our Hecho en San Diego shirt that our director of art, Travis, designed actually a long time ago. But we just did that. That was kind of the inspiration for the first TIFO. And then we put that on a t-shirt with a nice circle bum on the front as a small little, over the heart thing. And then Hecho en San Diego on the back. So that is, those are both available for pickup right now.
Yep.
There you have it. So head over to thelocalssg.com /shop page. I'm still not sure what's going on with that, but I think it's a store thing. So
Shop
if you want
H.
actually easier, go to thelocalssg.com and then click on Bazaar button on the top right hand corner. That makes it easier. Scroll all the way down. The last two items, there's a Black Lives Matter tee and the Hecho in San Diego tee right at the bottom. And then also feel free to look at all the other stuff.
Scuba Steve
Yeah,
action
I put
figure.
it. I put it
I
at
got
the
the-
top of the list. Oh, real quick, so I put it at the top of the list, so it's there now. It was at the bottom. You had to scroll all the way down. If you had gone to the page earlier, we're gonna drop the H soon, Jerry, for your prerogative.
Thank you.
Just because we had to use it through the OC thing, because then none of the links would have worked for that. So I just wanted to use it because then people would go to the Twitter or whatever, and they would click on it, and then it wouldn't work. So now we can switch it back to shop. But for anybody who's annoyed with that, I am also annoyed with that, by the way, because then I send people links and they don't work. But the Scuba Steve action figure will be back in stock. We broke the mold. The mold broke, so we have to go back to China. There's a manufacturing plant there that we use, and maybe we'll use a different country. I don't know, but we have to rebuild the mold. I mean, it takes months. There is countless costs, thousands of dollars that go into this. So
Kind of want to
We'll
get
see.
it as a thing, honestly. Like those of us that have it, we just
I know.
I play with it in the bathtub every day. That's what I do. But
Bryce's favorite
that's just
toy.
me. Yeah.
same thing for the beanie bum.
Going up,
My-
what
for hiding
sizes are
stash.
available? Oh, sorry, Jerry.
Wait, what?
Oh, sizes. Yeah, for the
Didn't say nothing.
sizes, pricing.
Oh yeah, 3XL, small to 3XL, right?
Small to 3X. Yeah.
Yeah. Some
Those
of ours
should
are
come
in
out Friday.
XL or 4X. Some of ours
Two
are
balls in the mic.
extra small.
What
Those are
sizes are-
from. Yeah.
Sorry,
They're
I was gonna say,
usually
what's
not
that
buying
available?
person.
Go to the localsSG.com, click on Bazaar, go look for your damn self. You lazy. No, I'm just kidding.
Click on the drop down that says size, and then hit add to cart, and then put in your credit card information, and then it'll tell you the
We'll
size.
tell you. Yeah, we'll tell
Yeah,
you.
then it'll tell you. After
Yeah.
that.
But those
But,
are available
yeah, it's-
now.
They are. They're the Hecho. I think both are great.
Mhm.
Like honestly, both of them are going to go right into the instant rotation. I'm going to wear those most days that I have them clean because they are beautiful shirts and they go with
it's-
everything.
Well, and I know we're a little bit
Right.
over time, but this is like the merch shit that we've always wanted to do, right? The
Yes.
printable stuff is cool. It was a really cool option, especially through COVID, to really customize what we were all doing and what we wanted. But this is the kind of fun stuff, right? Like let's sell stuff to people in person. Let's get this stuff out there. Let's get some hype around this. See people wearing our stuff, the new merch. This is what we kind of always wanted. So also I think Drew, you guys mentioned this in passing, but the Silly Pints. These are our pint glasses. They're fully silicone. We will have those as well. And you can order those. Those are only for pickup right now. None of these options we're doing any shipping on yet. We could figure that out maybe by next week, something like that. But the shipping is a little complicated on the website. So right now we're just doing pickup.
Just pick up. The Silly Pines are awesome. I need to get mine still. I don't have one.
They are awesome.
Yeah. And since part of that is Taylor and what Printful's great for, we can use it to segment like, hey, we want to do a specific this kind of shirt, and then we don't have to buy 50 of those
Sure.
for that specific shirt, right? So we'll do more in every vein of tank tops, women's cuts, probably in person in the future. But part of this is we have to buy these shirts up front, print them here locally, which is what's nice. We're doing it all locally. And then provide them to you directly. We can do it at a lower cost, so that way you can see here these are our lowest cost T-shirts we've ever made, and it also means that you're giving more back to the group. And in the case of the Black Lives Matter shirt, you're also giving more to the community, right, directly. So I mean, it's like that's the kind of stuff that we love to do, as Steve said, because it does two things. One of it instantly puts the merch in your hand, and we instantly can see you wearing it and loving it and smiling, and like that makes all this work, as Steve was saying, that we do like worth it. That's what makes all of this worth it, is
For
seeing
sure.
that kind of impact with people, but then also being able to take that impact and carry it through to the community and say, hey, this group of people who love soccer and loves all this stuff also loves what you do as an organization, and be able to hand them kind of a love and some money, but also be able to say, hey, we love what you're doing. I think that's what's really cool with this kind of stuff. It promotes a lot of healthy energy to me, and that's why I really am excited by it. So the small is the smallest we go on these guys, just because, again, we're buying them through, and they come in certain sizes here for that. But in the future, as we go through and we get requests, be sure to let us know. Hey, I'd love to see more of this. And we could definitely factor that in the future. But that's where we have variability and options kind of within the site, and a huge product mix. This was our, I think, 40th product. There's various products in our store, but like there's a lot of cool stuff in there. So if you haven't browsed and maybe seen what's below some of this stuff, check it out. There's always a bunch of good stuff, and we've got a few more things probably coming in the coming months. So always exciting.
I would say we also have, before we completely move on, we have some new stickers in that are specifically tailored to Pride Month. So if you are
Yeah, show them.
an ally, if you have yours, mine are inside. So if you have yours
right
handy, I gave you yours earlier today.
They should. Hold on.
We have, if you're an ally, and I hope you are an ally of the LGBTQ plus community, or gay or gender non-binary by yourself, we have these available. Locals are always inclusive. It's a huge part of who we are. These will be available at our merch tent, and I'll have some in my fanny pack as well. So if you guys see me and you want some, let me know. I will give them out.
Yeah, they're awesome. I love these. So just real quick, Black Lives Matter tee. It's important for us because we as the locals stand for our city, region in the club. But above all, that is our commitment to the community at large, but more specifically, social justice, right? We believe in dismantling systematic racism in all forms, as hate has literally no space in our supporters group founded in love. Yeah, I'm reading this. I think Drew wrote this. This is awesome. This shirt is here to show you who you stand with, while also providing a way to give back directly to that mission. As Drew and Steve has said, a majority of proceeds from every purchase will be donated directly to the Blue Heart Foundation, a nonprofit organization that focuses on underserved youth ages 13 to 19 in the greater San Diego County community. As a part of their program, participants receive mentoring, personal and professional development workshops, and college campus tours supervised by qualified mentors. It's a big, big thing. We had one of our members actually help us out with that, along with our director of philanthropy. And so shout out to those guys. Appreciate you guys.
Shout out to Nate.
Foundation. Nate Wiggins. Blue Heart Foundation is a fantastic foundation. Very excited to be able to contribute just a little bit, and so please make sure that you, if you can, and if you like the tea, it's only $20. It's probably going to be one of our cheaper teas. So make sure you grab one now and then pick it up on the 19th and at future events. Again, right now it's only pickup, but we're going to have a few other things there as well for you. Check that out at thelocalssg.com and then click on Bazaar top right corner, or just go to /shop-h.
Yep.
I can't spoke today, man. I don't know what's going on.
We'll also have last year's shirts that do say 2020 on them, but we'll have them. We have a lot because we ordered a lot.
Yeah, I was going to get that.
Retro
Jeremy was asking us, are we
$40.
going to have everything? Is everything going to be there? And the answer is yes, everything we have. Everything that's in the bazaar is half of that, and actually maybe 2/3 is, and if you look at the items, every item will tell you as you go to order, right above the add to order, it'll say this is either a print on demand item. Actually won't tell you if it's an in-person item, so it'll just not have that, which is very, it's our scarves, it's our green and yellow t-shirts, and then it's these 2 new t-shirts are the ones that'll be there. And then the other shirts that we really love, it allows us to be able to take a TIFO and maybe not have to make it a ton of shirts, but be able to make, something out of it. Drink with bum, right? Maybe not everybody's going to want that shirt, but if you want to buy it, you can, right? And so that's the idea with the Printful stuff, as we were saying. So that stuff is bought and then shipped from somewhere else. This stuff is bought and then printed here locally, and then we get it to you that way. So it gives you those options, and it makes it to where we can do more stuff. Otherwise, we would be limited to only certain runs of stuff, and so it makes it to where we can do more stuff together and kind of a mix, as we like to say. So I appreciate the question, Jeremy, because it is it's you show up and you're like, oh, I want this shirt. It may not be there, but the main stuff, the key stuff, it's all high quality, and it's actually more affordable to buy in person for sure.
Yes. Steve, were you going to say something?
I was going to say, if by any chance that Daybreak Printing listens to this podcast, shouts to them. They got this done within about the week, which is pretty rad. So
that's amazing.
Good connection up here in North County, but good people.
One thing I do want to say before we get out of here, because we're running out of time.
We are.
A couple of things. One, you may have noticed we have started a new tradition. We are picking our man of the match, the locals man of the match. And you can vote for your man of the match right at the 75th. I did it again. The 75th minute of the match. You can go into our Discord on game day, the game day channel, and say, I want this man to be the man of the match. So just say Alejandro Guido, man of the match. And we will take your vote into consideration right around the 90th minute. Those votes
I do my best.
Counted.
I'll say that.
And we will pick a man. You help us decide on. I mean, depending on what's going on game day and what we were able to see there, and then your votes on the Discord, we decide who's going to get the man of the match growler. They come up to us after now a new tradition that was just born in the last match.
Awesome.
So listen, here's the thing. Most of you that are on here may already know this. We do a chant. Mainly, one person starts with San Diego. You put your hands up.
I just see if Jerry gets that look in his eyes. I just do this.
I say hands up, right? Or Steve says hands up, or Drew says hands up.
I go, get your fucking hands up.
From the Chavos. I don't say that. But it says, get your hands up. And I say San Diego, and we clap and say "we are" twice. So you clap "we are," right? So the club now will be joining us on that after the match. Win or lose, we drink the booze and we do this chant. Here's what we're gonna do. They're gonna come up. The captain is gonna start it. They're all gonna say San Diego. We're gonna put our we're all gonna put our hands up. They're gonna say San Diego. We're gonna say we are in response. Now we're gonna do that 6 times to keep it clean. All right. I'm telling you this now for those of you that were not prepared. 6 times. No speeding up or nothing. We're just gonna say San Diego, we are. San Diego, we are. We're gonna do that 6 times. So that was 2. We're gonna do it 4 more times. And right after, directly after we say we are the 6th time, we're gonna start chanting the name of the man of the match. At that point, the last name. So we'll say Guido. No Guido. I don't know who was screaming that into the mic.
There's a lot of people screaming that.
But it's Guido. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets it again. But if he does, Guido.
He is, yeah.
Yeah, and
look at the guy. If there's the guy next to you who's not saying it right, be like, here's how you pronounce it, guy.
If it's Vancazio, we're gonna say TV. All right, we'll keep it simple.
Yeah, Tommy.
Yeah.
How about Tommy?
Tommy.
Yeah, and I'll say that just for a little bit of context here before we scoot out, this was something that was instituted and kind of initiated by Landon and Nate. I got a call from the club middle of last week. I went to training and sometime last week, and we had this discussion, and this kind of tradition was born. And this was born in the chant that Jerry created. And it's kind of a beautiful, symbiosis, kind of all coming together that, they wanted this to happen. We wanted this to happen. Let's establish traditions. Jerry's, the chant that Jerry made, and kind of came up with, and fuck, it worked. It worked so well.
It works well, and I just want to say, because you're saying this is the logos thing now, and
sure,
so
but I just want to give credit where it's due.
I really do appreciate that, but at the end of the day, like, we want to make sure that everybody feels it as their own, and I think part of the reason for this, thing happening, Steve, was that they just want to make sure that we understand as supporters that not only do they appreciate us, but that they hear us and that they feel us and that they want to bring us in and make us understand that we're a part of this. And so this is a way of connecting what happened on the field for 90 plus minutes and us. So it's
and you can feel it. You can feel it because, like I said, when I talked to him, the one thing that I didn't say to Landon and then when I met and we talked about this was, you guys got to be loud. I didn't say that at all. I was kind of driving home that night and I was like, I didn't really tell them to be loud. I really hope they're loud. If they just kind of go up there and go, San Diego, if they're just like kind of quiet and like kind of shy about it.
We've all seen prep rallies where jocks.
This might not work right. But they got up there, and that first time that they said San Diego, I was like, fuck yeah. Like they get it, like they screamed it from their hearts, from their souls. Like you could feel it, how much we meant to them from that first time they sang that song, said that chant. And that meant a lot to me. Like that was like shiver up my spine, kind of goosebump moments. So shouts to the club, shouts to Charlie and the captaincy and all that stuff. So that was awesome. That really, really worked. But like Jerry said, yeah, we got to get a little bit better. About 6 times, man of the match right after that. And we'll get there. We will. The tradition was started. And like I said, it was initiated by Nate. But we'll get there in improving it week over week. And I really do feel like it's going to be an awesome, awesome tradition that we're just starting here.
Yes. And so
excited.
With that being said, I want to let you all know we're creating something could really be considered history. We're creating something that people are going to walk into in a couple of years. Hopefully this will be a standard now. Everybody will know exactly what to expect. The rest of the stadium is going to be still there waiting for this to happen. And imagine 6,000 plus, or even in our own stadium, 10, 20 plus, 1,000 plus, doing this San Diego We Are chant that was started by us, the locals, by everybody here that's listening right now. And it's going to be a big thing. Now you're going to walk into it. You're already
3 million in the San Diego region are going to do it.
Thanks, Drew. That'd be awesome, dude. Imagine that. Jeez, when you have 3 million person stadium,
we'll create our own earthquake.
Crazy fucking parking lot we're going to need. That's a lot of shuttle buses. But listen, we're just very proud to be able to do this with all of you guys, and we hope that you are enjoying what we're building on game day and what we're doing on with the buses and everything else. This is not for ourselves, and I appreciate Steve giving me the credit for that, but at the end of the day, this is ours. And so if there's any sort of recommendations or anything that you want to add to it, please make sure that you're on our Discord. We're taking all of those chants, by the way. If you posted a chant, I'm writing it down, and we're just going to slowly ease into them. It's not that we're like disregarding them. Absolutely not. This is something that's going to be happening little by little, and we want to make sure that people first get the ones that we already have, and then we'll move on from there. We are running out of time. I just want to make sure that if there's anybody that has anything to say before we go, you have that opportunity. Drew, Steve, either of you have anything to add? By the way, please, if you miss anything or you have any questions about 619, reach out to us on social media. We will answer your questions as well as we can. But guys,
Yeah. Oh, I was just gonna say on learning songs, and then I'm good. Like the QR codes, Jason helped me put those out. Those are great, so you can scan that, get the website if you really want. And then Nicole's been doing a great job of handing out chants to, especially kids,
some more of those.
which has been really awesome because kids just it's harder for them to get the comprehension. But if you're a human being who is above a reading comprehension level where you understand most words in the English language at least, the best way to learn chants is honestly just to go to the section and then get as close to where the kappas are, close to the drums, and watch what people are doing and watch what they're singing, and then be able to match that up to kind of where the words should go. Because so many people say, I want to hear videos, I want to do this, and Jerry and I will definitely provide that. You know, him and I are always looking at each other like we should do some version of this, but it's really impossible to capture the way a chant happens and when it starts out of something and to where you can click into it. It's just being there. And so the more we all do it together, the more we're all together, go into different trips, come into different games. That's how you're going to learn. And so I wish, we could transmit them into your brains. We joke sometimes we could give you a pill and you would learn all the songs. So I would love that, but we just want you there, and we want to do it together as much as possible here at Drum Circles and stuff.
Drew, I was going to say, stay tuned for that pill available at thelocalsSG.com.
Yeah, we'll have that by the end of the season at the merch tent. Just come to the last parking lot of the season, and you'll be like, "Why'd you wait till the end of the season to teach me all the chants, Drew? What could have had this pill back in May? Come on."
No, and I'll finish with something that Jerry kind of just touched on is, heading off the bus. And for the bus trip, we got a lot of people saying thank you for organizing it. We got a lot of people saying, this is a ton of work. The first couple of games of the season at home, you know what? I'm gonna own it. I'm gonna say, it is a ton of work. It really is. We put a lot of work into this to make this as good of an experience as possible, and really to build this solid foundation. And all we want is participation, and all we want is active members, and we get that. I'm very encouraged, and I'm very thankful for all of our members, you guys listening, you guys watching, you guys engaging every week, showing up, learning the songs. When I look up and I see some guy or some girl singing their hearts out, it makes me feel like all the work is so worth it, right? So I just want to say thank you back for putting what you guys have done into this, because we couldn't do this without you, right? Otherwise it'd be a group of 10 of us singing in the stands. So it takes a village to build this, and I feel like the village we've got is a fucking awesome one.
Thanks, man. No, that's perfect. I think we're gonna close it off on that. I don't see anything better. Romel, shout out to you on the Trey Muse chant, because that was
for sure. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, and so please don't ever feel like you can't bring anything to this group. We absolutely would love it if we had more input and we had more help.
Sure.
That's a big thing. And we do appreciate every single one of you that has helped, that has even, offered to carry a drum to the car. That sort of thing goes a long way, and we really, really, really appreciate it.
Good point.
So, yeah, that's going to do it for us here at the Loyal Locals Podcast. We went a little bit over. Just want to say quick reminder to everybody. We are going to have Los Bandidos. They're bringing 72 plus. I don't know if we mentioned that. They're going to be bringing a lot of people to this match, Phoenixes. And so let's
bring your voices.
Bring your voices. Let's beat them at the stands, and let's be in our best behavior when we're not in the stands, please. We don't want any problems. There's going to be extra security on that night. I know that we don't necessarily get along with those guys for 90 plus, but away from that, they do deserve our respect. They have been around for a long time, and I know that sounds almost to some people like, why would you say that? But those guys actually are a fantastic supporters group. They're very well organized. They're bringing a lot of people to our home. Let's let's welcome them in, because first of all, they are spending money on our club. All right. And secondly, we want them to come back and spend some more money on our club. So let's show them a good time. Let's make sure we're respectful. Let's be loud, but let's be respectful, and let's show them and their families that we are also a bunch of families and that we are very welcoming. This is San Diego. This isn't like most other supporter groups. And let's go. We're gonna make
And I'll
some
just say,
noise.
don't be the guy that gets us in trouble and restricts our access. That's because
Oh,
the second
Or-
it's a guy or girl, the
Yeah.
second that happens, we have serious conversations with the club, and that changes how we do what we do in Torero Stadium. So don't be that person, please.
Don't be
Changes
that
the amount of security personnel, changes the
Yeah, for
vibe of it being chill and open, which it is right now. It's awesome. So yeah, just don't be that person. Kill them with kindness. We're San Diegans. That's what we do. Like, we literally welcome people to our city every day, and we just say, welcome to the best place in the world. It might be better than where you're from, but we're not going to hold that against you or, your time here. We're going to let you have the best time you can. And, Phoenix, we may have feelings about them and the way they root for their team, but we got to show them how we do it here. And I think it'll go a long way till some of their fans that come out here and say, you know what? We talk about whatever, blah, 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 but those guys get it, and to have them take that back to their club, that's what I want to hear is that we killed them with kindness and we won the stands battle 100%. And that's all we can do,
All we can do is give them 0 points to go home with. That's it.
Damn straight.
Let's go.
golly, I hope so. All right, I think that's gonna do it. Oh, we're gonna exit with a new song today. It's a good one. Shout out to Authentic Sellout. We are now out on all platforms. Go and make sure you get that. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. Do you guys want to hang out a little bit afterwards, maybe?
Hell yeah.
Any bit.
Yeah.
All right, just a little bit. Thank you again, everybody listening at home. You guys have a great night. Bye.
Loyal to the soil, the pitch is where we roam. Loyal we are, San Diego is our home. Loyal to the outcome, our honor remains. Loyal we are, we give everything each game. We believe in each other, we stand together. We love this game.
It's a good song.
We done?
Especially this part. I feel like this. Yeah, we're done. But this part is like.
Let's
Welcome.
build.
It's great.
Welcome to the.
There's their chant in there.
Hours. Welcome to After Hours.
Jerry, we didn't mention your new drum goodies.
Many drum goodies?
Yeah, the ones that are coming.
Oh,
yeah.
we don't have to mention those. You have to show up to see.
Those will be fun. Those are good drum goodies.
I hope you guys are enjoying me lose all my drumsticks as I'm trying to be cool and like swing them on my hand.
A lot of spiders
Alan
got free
got a
drumsticks.
Alan got a new drum goodie too.
Oh, really?
That big stand I showed you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right.
Oh,
yeah.
by the way, thank you guys for all of you that buy merch. Just know that none of us make any money off of this. It goes directly
No,
right
yeah.
back
Yeah, it
back
goes
into
right back into stuff.
the group. So
We share receipts. We do all that stuff to get paid back. Oh yeah,
yeah, we're actually a nonprofit, like an official nonprofit.
the books are clean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know
So
if a lot of
we-
people know that. Like, we actually file as a nonprofit. Like, we're an official nonprofit, everybody. So we do this for the community. We do this for San Diego. I'm so proud to be able to say that, Stephen Drew. Like, God, and I love this song too. Romeo said,
Owned by no one, bro.
this song is
The song would be
fire.
only cool if they went, owned by no one. Bring the fire.
And this is where you go.
No, it's more like, oh. The Metallica where he gets up there, like,
Yeah.
it's like a multi-octave tone.
Hey, so we've been joking about a few songs. Or not joking, but like talking. Should make some of these songs into chants. For those of you that are hanging
Sure.
out, just expect a couple of these songs if you're listening in the background. Oh, and if you're Latino, you've heard this one before. I want to see if anybody can name it in the chat right now. I'll get you a limited edition sticker. I won't tell you which one. If you can tell me what song this is and who sings it. Let's see the first person. No, still nobody. Come on, everybody.
Oh. Two balls, I think.
I'm not even gonna play the rest of it. Hey!
Oscar?
Oh,
No.
wait. Oh, yep. All right, both of you. Yeah, you get.
Yeah,
stickers
it came through almost identical time. They were both timestamped at the same time. So-
Are they? They are. All right, Oscar, come to me and tell me, hey, I'm Oscar. And I'll be like, so? No, I'm just kidding. Say I'm Oscar. Actually, any of the three of us that you're looking at right now. Look at her face. We don't have to wear masks anymore. So Los Bookies.
I would give one to Mike from Two Balls. He's also a good guy. Mike
Mike from Three Balls?
from Two Balls. He's the ball from Two Balls. Mike.
Mike. Okay.
Yeah, he's the sit-in for Chiva when Chiva's not on. He's the ball that sits there.
Oh, you did get a
with
preview
the-
of it at the watch party. Yeah, we still need to practice
Yeah.
that one, but there's one. Here's another one. Are you ready? Oh, I'm just gonna. This is a super preview. Nobody knows we're making this into a chant. So expect this too. Start listening to this. Let's see the first person. So we have Oscar. Who's taking notes? Oscar Barron is gonna get some stickers for me.
You're taking notes.
I am. I'm not. I'm drinking. I'm playing the music.
I'm
This is
drinking
me
too.
taking notes.
Okay, here we go. See the first person. This is fun. I like doing this. This one's gonna go. Estoy tan enamorado de mi San Diego Loyo. Oh, Oscar again. Dang. Que cuando se va
He knows you, dude.
triste me pongo. This is gonna be a good one. I'm telling you right now, this is gonna be a good one. La Nebraska Tomasa.
Yeah, I like Nebraska Tomasa.
That's the one right
Damn
there.
autocorrect.
Damn, Lydia, my wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is one that we're. Yeah. It basically says, I'm so in love of my San Diego Loyo, is what we're going to say. Estoy tan enamorado de mi San Diego Loyo. Y cuando se va de casa, when it leaves home, I get sad. Triste me pongo.
Yeah, I love the horn break in this though.
Oh, this is going to be a good one. This, especially the drums. Like,
This is I would play trumpet again for the song. I'm just saying.
someone really has to get a Blink-182 chant squared away. Sure.
Yeah, we got to pick the right song though. I feel
For
like
sure.
everybody's trying to use like all the
Sublime,
small
too.
things, and it's like, yeah, but man, but it's like we gotta find the right one. It's gotta fit.
Mhm.
So somebody should come. There's been a couple that are decent, but I think we gotta workshop them. You know, I don't know. Something about sombreros, Miguel Berry, those things work.
I feel like even What's My Age Again might be a good one too.
Yeah, what's my age? That would be a really good one. Good melody, easy to learn. Most people know it.
All right, cool. So what does Oscar get? What the Two Balls again? They said Caifanes, but they didn't say the name of the song. But Oscar. got
Oscar's
it.
going for the hat trick, bro.
Oscar's going for the hat trick. Do we have another one? No, those are pretty much the ones. The ones we're going to be working on. So
I wanted to
I
hear
like
that
to
break.
give, I like to give everybody that hangs out afterwards.
Hey
a
Jerry,
little-
check our private chat.
Oh shoot! Okay. Hold on.
Do that one. Do that song. See if anybody can get that one.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
This is a-
yes. Oh my gosh. The first person to tell us not just the name of this song, but the group that plays it.
You get it. You get a scarf. You get a scarf.
Yeah, this is not
Find
Spanish
me, you get a
language,
scarf.
so-
You get a scarf?
Read that,
All you cheaters are gonna use your iPhones and shit to find it.
Yeah.
Yes, Spotify or
There you go.
use the yeah.
Here he goes.
What is it? Shazam. I'm gonna keep talking through it so you can't use Shazam.
There's a fire in the floor anytime you lift the club. Your body moves, it will die fly. You are my
I don't know if we can make this one into a chant necessarily, though, Steve. I feel
Probably
like we
not.
Yeah.
can, but we have to really work on it.
You need some electronica.
No te metas con mi cuckoo. It's definitely not that one. Oh, Corbin gets a score,
Corbin got it.
dude.
Corbin.
Corbin got it. It's Hypa Hypa by Eskimo Cowboy.
Fair.
There it is. This video just cracks me up every single time.
He's so
Dude,
good.
you see that
Dude,
GIF?
when they made that GIF too. Do I have it? No, it's on my other laptop.
Bryce could make this a chant. Like, he does this song every time before he goes to sleep.
Yeah. He hasn't had enough
was
to
like
eat.
singing the whole way home. Yeah. That kid's a nut.
Ba, 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 ba.
No, I swear. So he was at the game on Saturday, right? And I swear he's singing "We Love You" since then. I'm like, dude, it sounds just like it. It does.
God.
And he's like waving his hands. He's like doing like this. I'm like, oh man, we got him in early.
Hey Tate, so my friend actually did a version of the Numa Numa. Remember when everybody was doing that? And I still don't think that anybody can beat my friend's Numa Numa version. Actually, two of my friends. One of my best friends, Tom, the original Tom to my Tom and Jerry, and my friend Vince did a version of the Numa Numa. I feel like I have to play it for you guys now because it's so good.
Yes, now you have to.
Tom
You guys
1.0.
remember that? Like, how old are we? Like, the young kids here are probably like, Numa Numa, what is that?
Newman.
That's one of
what
the first memes, I would say, right?
Yeah. Oh, for sure. It was one of the first like TikToks before TikTok, like where everybody did
Yes.
it, right? Like they did their own like lyric version, and which wasn't even a thing until TikTok. Most people did these kind of like reduxes of other people's stuff, right? Like it's been more on that platform. So yeah, that's what Numa Numa was, like the proto version for way back in the day. And then everybody made their own version of it, like I don't know, like the different stuff, the Harlem Shake or the Ice Bucket Challenge or any of those. Like Numa Numa was kind of like one of the first of those that everybody did.
This is so good, though. Like, this is
Ancient
ridiculous.
internet history.
This is super good. All right, here we go. It's Tom and Vince, my friends. You guys ready for this?
Ready? I'm so ready.
Already, like,
Yeah.
this is already really good.
Let's
Like,
go.
That's Numa Numa.
How many views?
This
Not
is 79
enough.
views, but I don't think this is the original one, actually. Hold on.
Ah.
You know what? Hold on. Because I know they have more. Let me see how many they have.
Let's see.
I need
Let's
to find it. I need to find it.
Oh yeah, GFM Gasolina. That one went off on the bus. That one had some.
Oh,
we had
dude.
7 people. We had 7 people from the club on the bus, and I think all 7 of the people from the club went off when we played Gasolina.
Yeah, they
I think
love
they played
Gasolina.
Gasolina in the club office every day. The way that they were singing
That's what
that,
I
it
felt
sounded
like.
like it.
Apparently, it's Ricardo's favorite song. So play it for
Yeah.
Ricardo all the time. That's what I heard.
That look a thing?
I hope San Diego Loyal SC is still viewing this.
Oh, this is.
They're gonna
more
put it
like-
on in the office tomorrow and be like, at
Yeah,
the
for
office
sure.
at
Oh my
hours.
god. Oh my
Yeah.
god. I hope they do.
Yo, this is way more like it. Here we go. So, 36,000. Hold on, take that out. 36,383 views. This was in 2006.
2006. Oh my god.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh wow.
So Richie
OG.
is Edquid is here at the bottom here. That's Vince's brother recorded this. So y'all ready for
Yeah.
this
I'm
YouTube was
so
like
ready.
just out of beta then.
or what?
YouTube
Oh,
was
this
just
was-
out of beta back in 2006. Yeah.
Gonna make this into a chant.
Sure.
This is perfect lip syncing. Watch.
Halo,
That's Tom.
salut, sunt eu, un haiduc și te rog, iubirea
This song is good though.
primește
It's a legit song.
fericirea.
It would have been a hit in any age.
Alo, sunt eu, Picasso, ți-am dat bip și sunt voinic, dar să știi, nu-ți cer nimic. Vrei să pleci, numai ei, numai ei, numai ei, chipul tău și dragostea din tei. Mi-amintește
Jerry, you didn't need to tell us the video does.
What?
The video tells us who's Tom and Vince.
Yeah. That's my homie Tom. Actually, my goddaughter just turned 15. His daughter.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, bro.
Jesse, acum, alo,
So she was born slightly after this, is what you're saying. Yeah, or slightly before.
Yeah, slightly after this. I haven't seen this in a while, dude.
alo.
Not just one white guy, but a mix.
Dar să știi, nu
In a random mission.
vrei să pleci, dar nu mai ei. Nu mai ei. Nu mai ei. Chipul tău și dragostea din tei. Despre ochii tăi, ei. Vrei să pleci, dar nu mai ei. Nu mai ei.
This was 2006. We were even. Yeah, we were still having culture problems back then. So here you go.
Yeah.
This song is so good though. Sandstorm. Ooh. Wow.
Sandstorm,
These are two full-grown men.
I think.
Think. Look. Producer, EJ. Casting, EJ.
I remember when I used to do this, with my credits. I would like thank random people.
This shit. Oh my god. Special thanks to your mom. Thanks for not giving so good. All right, y'all. Hope y'all enjoyed it.
That's pretty good.
I don't know why, but every time that we do the after hours, for whatever reason, I always have to like reminisce with some crazy shit from like.
Best time to reminisce.
It is the time.
It is usually like this is what we do, and people like hang out for some reason. Like they're still.
Yeah, right. I know.
I don't know how you get. So like, I was hoping that a lot of you would just go to sleep, so that I would be like, all right, everybody's gone. Time to go. No, you fools are still all here.
You gotta hang out,
We
man.
sometimes gain people. That's like the worst.
Gotta
part.
serve the
You're like,
people.
oh, now I have to do more.
Is that like a thing? Oh, what's that?
Loyal me, loyal you, loyal
Hear
us,
that?
loyal.
I hear something.
Oh no, it's like a blowing sound from the desert. Is that Sam?
What is that? This is definitely not a chant song though, unless everybody's like.
Way up
This is
for
like
it,
an
yeah.
after goal song.
We need some like special effects on those drums.
So, because Premier League clubs couldn't have fans in the stands during the year last year, each team had to choose a song after they scored, and this was Tottenham's song. But it almost made me hate it after a while.
Really?
Because you'd score, and then you're just like, this feels lame.
My daughter has definitely seen it, Lydia. Like they're, yeah, his mom wouldn't never like we'd never let him like live that down. Like it's not gonna happen.
For
So,
sure.
yeah, she has definitely seen it, and she thinks her father is a dork, and she would be right. So
Most dads are.
but he's our dork. And he's actually who I used to have a music podcast with. We used to do a podcast called the Tom and Jerry Rock Show. We used to interview like local bands. That was our
Sick.
thing. Nobody was listening. to us.
Anakin.
This was like
Oh,
in
yeah, I was gonna
2000, probably like 2008, 2009. Like this is
Oh, yeah,
before podcasts were cool, and nobody was listening, so we just stopped. Imagine we would have kept that going.
I know.
Yeah, you'd
I would
be
be
the
there.
music podcast.
Bring
No,
it back.
You wouldn't.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
We've talked about it, maybe.
Yeah.
Sound, it's coarse and it gets everywhere. Yeah,
This is Anakin's
like
least favorite
sand.
song, I was going to say.
especially if you're a luchador. Imagine getting some sand in those underwear, bro.
You know who else hates
I just
Phoenix?
thought of that right now.
Anakin Skywalker.
Anakin Skywalker, dude.
Yeah. Dude, don't let him in a tent to sand people. Saw how that one ended. Don't be Anakin Skywalker on Saturday. That's what we're saying. Be
don't
nice
let
to
Anakin
the sand
into town
people.
with anybody.
Be more. That's true. Be more like Obi-Wan. Be less like Anakin. There
I
you
would
go.
agree with that. Lydia said she's stuck on the couch. Is there any sand there?
No, I do not have sand on my couch.
Oh, that's mean, Lydia. Drew's not even a dad yet. I mean, like,
I'm not
well,
a dad yet.
Technically, I mean, yeah, he is too.
Jerry,
I've
let's
got
own this.
Alfie, and
Let's
I'm
own
not
this.
sure. To be fair, Jerry, I'm not
Me?
100% sure that I'm not a dad.
I'm
be-
pretty
let's
sure
be
Lydia's
real.
not talking about me. About you two mofos, not me. All right. Anyways, anybody have anything else to add? See, look there, we lost people now. Funny, fun. Good. It's working.
Fine, paternal questions. This turned into Jerry Springer, and people dropped off. That's what happened.
Okay, so time for Jerry's final thoughts, or what do we do?
Jerry's final thoughts.
We're gonna go off with some cumbia right now.
I was gonna play an old YouTube video from when I was on YouTube in 2006, but no, we'll do that next week.
Would you like to play the video of me and my son after that goal?
Which one?
The
Oh,
loyal,
Jerry can pull it up.
yeah, the after the Barry goal.
We were all in the video, Steve, but yeah, thanks for
Yeah,
making it about you.
just me and my kid is all I care about.
Gonna play that goal.
I mean, they held the pause on you and Bryce
Will
for
it?
like 4 to 5 seconds of
Oh.
the video, but yeah,
I mean,
I'm not gonna.
Let's be real. I'm gonna frame that video the second that video framing is possible.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
All I
It's a great
saw
shot.
was Tom Blake. That's the only person.
Yeah, that's good of him though.
That's a lot of Blake
For sure.
too. Yeah, our own.
That was
yeah.
the after one, right? I don't know. They have a lot of content that they put out, and I will say shouts to the club.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ooh, shout
When
out
they're
to
winning,
Dylan.
the content is great.
Hey, shout out to Dylan, the San Diego Kid.
Ooh, yeah.
Getting content's always good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's
good
good.
shout.
job, Dylan.
Good shout. Good shout.
And
Shout
shouts
out
to
He
shouts
curses
back at
more
you.
than I do. It's surprising.
Shouts back at
Probably
YouTube
not
balls for going to training and asking questions. You guys are like
Yeah.
doing something that nobody else is doing. So
Yeah,
shouts
good.
to you.
Okay. Here
Did
we
you
go.
ask them when? Yeah. Go ahead, Jerry.
No, did you ask him what?
Oh, I was gonna say some stupid thing about some like joke question.
All right, here we go. Choose that Meg.
So dirty. The other one. Show you.
Look at this man right here.
Ah,
Look, Nate. It's gay. It's Paul.
Paul Marshall. Yeah,
What?
Wait, did Paul Marshall and I switch sides in the second? I guess we did.
I think they did. I think you did.
Yeah, I
It's
think
definitely
we did.
Paul. That goatee
So I was where
is
Paul, I was where Paul
unforgettable.
Marshall was in the. Yeah, I was there in the first half. That's really funny.
Yeah.
And he was where I was in the second half. Yeah.
Now I gotta do something. Hold on, let's try something. Everybody, hold on. I hope this is good enough. I hope this works. Oh no, this is not good timing right here. I feel like this has to
Yeah,
go.
wait. Give him a second.
Oh no, it's like more like further down, huh? Hold on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You have to. The build up
Oh,
happens.
Wait
You
later.
got to move the track up like another 45 seconds.
This is such a good song, regardless.
That is how I know you go.
Should play this on the bus. I made Letty sing it.
Good point.
Across the distance.
Oh no. I gotta hold on. Now I have to sing through the whole song. Where's the build up at though? What are the lyrics for the build up? Near, far, wherever you are, right?
I believe that
Yeah, near, far. You're right. Yes.
Yeah, it's the second near. Once more. Yeah.
Would it be like right there?
Yeah, here it comes. The ba-do-do.
No, I don't think it's here.
No, it's like I think the breakdown you're thinking of is like another like minute or so into the song almost. Because there's the first half of the song, then there's the drum break.
Look at this part right here.
Just one
Oh.
time and last
Yeah.
You know, this used to be a Meatloaf song. Just kidding.
and never let go till with my heart will
Here it is.
go
Found it.
on.
I found it.
Here it is. But yeah, because it kind of comes out of nowhere where there's the reprise.
Let's see how I did.
Yeah, this is it. This is my favorite. Oh my god.
Where's your kid, Steve?
Oh, he's with
Oh,
Lydia.
where's your baby?
No,
He's back there. He's back there somewhere.
he's picking him up right now.
There's our very own Danish guy, Nicole's husband.
Yeah.
This reaction's so priceless, though. Oh my god.
Oh, this. I thought this is the one that he came out in. Oh,
That
fail.
was the second one. It was
The
the
one
winner.
what Bryce came out in?
Damn it! I thought that's the one
Yeah.
that.
No, check the private chat. I just linked it.
That was pretty good.
No, it's
though.
the Guido. It's the Guido.
That was
it's
great.
the
That was
second one.
awesome.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to do it again.
Yeah, we can do it.
We have to do that shit again. Hold on. You linked it? Oh yes, thank you. All right, let's do this. Hold on.
Steven, I want to draw you.
Fact. That's a fact. I have not seen that
Are
movie.
you?
it's from Titanic.
What?
It's Titanic.
But see, it's not. I'm not sure that it's gonna be big enough, dude. To like. I shouldn't say that, because you can totally cut this, and now you're gonna have me saying that I'm not sure it's big enough. Okay, hold on.
It's not big enough.
It's not big enough. Hold on. Let me see if this is. Oh, that's big enough. There we go.
There we go.
You want to do it again? We're doing this again?
Oh, let's go.
Okay, here we go. This one actually I have to wait a little bit more if I can time it.
So the run here.
Right now, we're like, what the hell is going on? There's only 12 people now. Like,
Right. We're losing everybody.
hold on.
It's because Floatle will ding again.
Yeah, it's. Here we go.
I think the second I saw it come across Barry's head, I was like,
I feel like everything should just have this song at this point.
yeah, just
So
every
good.
clip.
There he is.
are.
There's Drill. This is where Adrian's drum broke, right?
Yeah, right here. I could hear a break behind me. That's why I looked back.
Oh my god, that was so perfect.
There you go. All right. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out with us. Clearly, I'm late to the party.
Oh, sir. You want a full recap? Let's go.
You're way late. You are way late.
Yeah, you can.
You're
you
coming
can
now.
watch after we publish or go back
Man.
when we were coherent. Use the
Yes.
go back feature. Pinche golazo, cabrones.
Dude, I'm gonna edit this with that song perfectly and insert all of those moments. Like, I feel like we just have to.
That'd be super
Yeah.
awesome.
No, everybody's like, oh yeah, look, there's Steve with the baby, and there's Drew, and they just like, there's me too.
Yeah, she wasn't
I am.
there.
I am also here. I am also the mother of this child.
Good night, Oscar. We'll see you, man. I'll have your stickers, brother. Just hit me up.
Yeah,
Let me
good
know.
night, man. You are sticker rich.
Sticker. rich.
Congrats. Yeah. That sounds like a cool like band or rap name. Yo, I'm sticker rich.
Look at this. Can we screen cap? Oh, it's blurry though. Oh my gosh. Look at this, guys.
What you got?
Oh.
Oh.
Be an image.
That's a Christmas card.
Yeah,
That's
dude.
so cute.
Oh, we need to. I'm gonna talk to somebody.
As long as you can fuzz out the guy,
We
as long as you
should
can
get that.
fuzz out the guy over Lydia's shoulder to the right. that can-
Drew.
Problem solved.
there you go. Just crop it out.
All right, we're good now.
We're
All right,
good.
everybody. I think that's gonna do it for us.
Yeah,
Hopefully, you guys enjoyed us being dummies. And
being silly.
this after dark.
This is the after hours.
tired.
This is what you
The
get.
local
We need to
stuff
upload
right
our pod and go to bed. Guess what though? I have good news. My my oldest is not here today. He spent the night at grandparents, so
Wow.
I get to cuddle with my wife. So I want to go home. I mean, go home. Go to bed.
Yes.
I'm home.
Enjoy
What
your
am I
enjoy
talking
your
about?
solid
Go,
hours without other legs kicking you.
Yeah, go
That shit's
cuddle.
nice.
Yeah.
I'm winking behind us. You can't see it.
Bye,
Everybody,
Jerry. See ya. Bye. Have
have
fun.
a
Bye.
great night, everybody. We'll see you guys. See you guys next time. If you have any questions, please, like I said, reach out to us. Everybody that's still here. Other than that, see y'all later. Bye.
We all have the answers. Bye.